Hi and welcome back to the Books Are Everywhere. So it's time for my new weekly reading vlog and it's Wednesday. I have been awful at vlogging this week so far, but honestly nothing has been going on that's any interest to you. I have just been working. I have been working for the past 6 days between my two jobs and I've just been getting home and crashing out and trying to read a bit and kind of that's it, and then getting tired and having dinner and going to bed. Yeah, I haven't really been doing that much. Me and Mark actually have started watching Shadow and Bone over the last few days, which is very exciting. He is getting really into it, I'm really enjoying it, and I really like seeing his perspective on things when he hasn't read the books, and I find that really interesting. So I think we've watched three episodes so far because I love episode 3 and we just watched that on Monday night. So yeah, that's probably the most interesting thing that's happened to tell you. Other than that, I have literally just been working, so I thought there was just no point in updating you the past few days. I looked like crap. I was always just either worn out from work and in my pyjamas, so here we are on Wednesday, my first day off in 6 days. I am back to work tomorrow and then I have another day off on Friday and then I'm back to work for 4 days. But let's update you with my reading. I have actually already read an entire book this week. I started this one on Sunday, I think, the first of the month, and I only read like 12 pages on Sunday on my break at work. And since then I have finished it. I finished this one this morning and I actually really enjoyed this one. So this was set over 54 minutes, which is why I picked it up first in my August TBR, because I thought it would be a quick one to read, and I wasn't wrong. This was so fast paced. It was told over the course of 54 minutes from 4 different points of view of these people who are involved in a school shooting. So 3 of them I think are in the auditorium where the shooting's happening and 1 of them is outside. And I really liked this one. It was very heartbreaking, it was harrowing, but also feels like a very important story, and it was incredibly quick to read, and I really just felt for these students. And I just thought it was a really interesting concept, honestly. Love books that are told over like an hour or a day. I find that absolutely amazing to read about because I always admire how an author can produce something that is sat over that short of time and really make it interesting and readable. And yeah, I just really liked it. I wouldn't give it 5 stars, mainly because I didn't feel as much of a connection to the characters as I wanted to. Because this book is so short, it's only 280 pages, you don't really get the depth into the characters that I wanted to, and that was kind of disappointing because I didn't feel for them as much as I wanted to. This was very upsetting, but I just felt like the characters didn't have that much depth sometimes, and because this is told from the point of view of 4 people, but also has a look at kind of everyone around them in the school and in their classes, I kind of didn't exactly know who was who all the time, because they just didn't have distinct enough personalities for me, and I was constantly having to check who I was on. So I think this is probably a 4 star, but I did still really enjoy it and I would recommend it. So yeah, it was harrowing, but also a very, very quick read. Very easily could have been a 1 sitting read. I think I've read this in 3 sittings, apart from that, if you disregard that 12 pages that I read the other day, so really 4 sittings, but then the other times I've just read like 100 pages at a time to get it finished. So yeah, I'd really recommend this one. Next, I am thinking I might pick up the Scorch Trials. I wasn't sure whether to carry on with my August TBR or carry on with the Maze Runner series, but I think I'm kind of going to do both. I think I'm actually going to just read this one and then carry on with my August TBR and maybe intersperse them between every book. I think that might be the way I go, depending on how quick I can get through this. I'm not entirely sure. I read the first one over like a 24-hour period, but I was also trying to push myself a lot to read it before the end of July. So I have no idea whether I'm going to read this one in the same amount of time or if it's going to take me a few more days than that. It's probably going to take me a few more days, but we'll see. I imagine it will still be quite fast paced, and I did actually really enjoy the first book, so we will see. Obviously this will appear in this week's vlog and you will see me reading it throughout the week, and then once I finish that one, I'm unsure whether to pick up After Love or The Ones We're Meant to Find. think I might actually do an Instagram poll over there. I would direct you to it, but the video will have gone up by then. But my Instagram is The Books Are Everywhere. If you wanted to check it out, it will be linked in the description. But yeah, I think I might do a poll because I'm not sure which one I want to pick up next. And I'm kind of very excited about both of these and most of my August TBR, if not all of it. All of my August TBR I am quite excited for. And these are two very different books. They're both kind of like magical realism sci-fi, from what I understand. This one, from what I understand, is a sapphic romance where one of them dies and the other one is trying to kind of communicate with her or get her back to the real world. But yeah, I'm just really intrigued to read this one. I've heard really good things about it. It is part of the new Waterstones Young Adult Book Club for this month, and I thought why not pick it up now, which is why I picked it in my August TBR game, and I am very excited to pick this one up. Also equally excited to pick this one up. I've heard so many good things about this, and from what I know, this is an ecological thriller, like kind of focusing on two sisters, and I've heard so many good things. I feel like this is gonna also be really fast paced and I won't want to put it down, and I really want to read it, but I want to read both of these, so I think I might let you guys decide for me which one I read next, and then we will go from there. I've just remembered I actually am reading another book right now, so let me grab that one for you. So I'm also reading Great Expectations by Charles Dickens. This is my recommended book for August, recommended to me by my friend Amy, where I've been challenging myself to read a classic a month from my Wordsworth set, and this one was recommended to me by her. I am reading the audiobook of this one, which I'm glad about because I still feel like I'm not really making headway on it, and yeah, I'm glad I'm not reading this in like physical format because it's chunky AF and I just feel like I wouldn't be making any progress. I really liked the start of this book, but now I feel like it's going somewhere where I kind of don't really understand what's going on. It feels quite slow. The start of it felt quite fast paced, and then I've kind of just gone into this lull and I'm like, what is actually going on here? But my boyfriend said something to me last night or the night before about this book and Charles Dickens in general, and that nothing happens without a reason, so I'm quite intrigued to see where this one goes, but it is kind of dense, so I am glad I'm listening to the audiobook, but it's actually not as difficult to listen to as I expected it to be. So mixed feelings right now, but I am intrigued to see where this one goes, especially as when Amy first read it, she didn't like it. She read it in high school, I think, and then when she read it the second time, she really enjoyed it, and that's why she recommended it to me. So I feel like maybe this is one that I just won't enjoy that much the first time round, the same way Amy didn't, but we will see. Maybe I'll end up really liking it. But yeah, I'm intrigued to see where that goes. So that is my kind of reading update for now. I promise I will be better at updating you for the rest of the week. So yeah, I will catch you soon. I have a busy day today, editing, writing reviews, writing blog posts, catching up on the stuff I haven't managed to do the past few days, and some general admin stuff as well, so I'm gonna get started on that. So it's later in the day on Wednesday, and I've basically been spending my whole day editing and doing blog posts and stuff, which is satisfying, but oh my god, last week's vlog took a long time to edit and sort through all the footage because me and Mark went on a short break, which you would have seen by now, and we went away for a couple of days and we got so much footage between us, and Premiere kept trying to resize the video depending on whose phone I was taking it from, which was a real pain in the arse. Yeah, it just took a lot more time than I wanted it to and expected it to. So I've been watching To All the Boys I Loved Before. I watched the first film and the second film, and we still haven't finished uploading the video yet. Now I'm just uploading, writing the description and things like that, and then I will probably try and write another blog post, edit another video. I just feel like my day is going. And I just don't have a lot of time at the moment, and yeah, it sucks, but also I love these movies. They are like comfort movies for me, and I haven't seen them in so long. I did watch the third one when it came out in February. That was the last time I watched any of them, so it's really nice to be watching them again. And yeah, I just find them like a real comfort watch for me. And I do really like them. I like the books, but definitely not as much as the movies. They are one of the only ones that I will definitely say I safely like the movies a lot more than I like the books. The books are fine, but I just feel like they translate to movies so much better. So yeah, I'm enjoying rewatching those. I just wish I could have had a more relaxing day today on my day off, and even though I have a day off on Friday, I am busy seeing friends, which will be lovely. I just want a nice relaxing day where I don't have to think about too much. And at the moment, yeah, I just have a lot to do still and wish I had done more at this stage in the day, but I'm gonna stop moaning and go and get on with some more stuff. It looks so dark in here right now, but it is literally like 7 o'clock, but it's all rainy and it's gone all dark and it's so cozy. But anyway, it's Thursday after work and I have been at work today at the bookshop, and it's been a really nice day with a lovely colleague of mine, and yeah, we've just had a really nice day together, which was nice. And I picked up a few books while I was there, so I thought I would just tell you about those. So my colleague and very good friend Amy bought me this into work today. This is the first edition hardback of Addie LaRue that has the blue sprayed edges. You can call me extra because I do have a first edition hardback, but I didn't have the one with the blue sprayed edges and I wanted it. And she had one that she wasn't too bothered about, so she bought it in for me, so thank you very much, Amy. This is my favourite book in the world, and it's definitely the book I own the most editions of. I think this is my 8th edition. Yeah, this is my 8th edition of Addie LaRue, and I have more on the way, so there we go. But it's the one book I have just let myself be like, no, you can buy all of the editions. It's the one book I am allowed to do that with. I can buy as many as I want, so there we go. She also bought in these beautiful tarot cards from the Fairy Loot box for July that are from Caraval, because she knows how much I love Caraval. So she gave these to me, and aren't they so beautiful? So pretty. I really like those. And then I did pick up another couple of books. I picked up Frostheart by Jamie Littler. Jamie Littler. This was one that my colleague Emma was getting rid of, and I've been looking at it for a while and thinking, do I pick it up, do I not? And then I've heard Gav from How to Train Your Gavin talk about it. I think he actually might be hosting a readathon for this series before the third one comes out in a couple months' time. And he also said this might be his favourite middle grade series, and he is like the booktube middle grade person, so I take his recommendation highly. And my colleague Jo also said she'd read this and really liked it, so I thought, you know what, I will pick it up. Also looks perfect for winter with this kind of polar fantasy feeling. But yeah, hopefully I'll be reading this one soon, and if Gav is doing the readathon that I think he's doing, which is reading these a whole series before the third one comes out, maybe I will join that as well, but I think that might start this month, so it might be a bit ambitious, but we will see. I also picked up a hardback copy of A Deadly Education by Naomi Novik. I do have the Illumicrate edition, and I don't like the Illumicrate edition, and now I've got the second edition, the second book, as a proof, and it is dark green. I wanted the dark blue version to match it. I just think this one's going to look so much nicer on my shelves, because the Illumicrate edition is this really weird gold colour that just stands out against everything, and I just really don't like the colour of it. And it's literally the same design but just kind of like reversed. It has like navy text. But yeah, it's not a nice gold, and I thought I would just swap it out for this while it was still available, and made that decision, and hopefully I'll finally read these now. I actually have the first two and have this one, so anyway, those are the books I picked up. So not a massive amount, and that is really weird. There's a part of the back of it, can you see on there? It's a completely different colour. That is so odd. Anyway, it's not a massive deal. So yeah, those are the couple of books I picked up from work, and this one from Amy. So I've only added Frostheart to my TBR. I also picked up Before the Coffee Gets Cold, which I do want to read, but I'm giving to my mom for now, and I think I might read it after her. kind of picked it up for both of us, but she wanted a new book and I offered to buy her one or get her one. So I think she's going to read it and then pass it back to me, so I'm sure you will see that in another video at some point, but it's one I've wanted to read for a while, so yeah, I picked that one up. But anyway, I'm still reading Great Expectations and I am now about 70 pages through the Scottish Trials, I think, so I've been reading this on my breaks today. And I'm really enjoying this so far. I definitely don't remember as much about the movie as I did with The Maze Runner. I think maybe I've seen The Maze Runner more than once and I've only seen the Scottish Trials once. So I definitely don't remember quite as much, and I am finding it actually, I think, a little bit quicker. I feel like the chapters are a little bit shorter than the first one. And I'm definitely probably more into the story now, so yeah, I'm finding this one a bit quicker. I'm hoping to get maybe 150 pages into this tonight. It is only 350-ish pages, it's a little bit shorter than the other one, so hopefully I'll get through this one in the next few days. I am also getting through Great Expectations. I'm definitely further than this through, because I've been listening to the audiobook today, and I reached the end of part 1, so I think I must be trying to find where I am right now. Okay, so I'm 171 pages into this right now, so I've read about 40 pages today on audiobook while I've been driving, and I'm actually enjoying this one. It got to a point yesterday where I was a little bit confused and not enjoying it so much, but I picked it up again today while driving and actually have fallen back into a pace with it that I like, and I get what's going on again. I just think I had an off day while I was running yesterday, but I will carry on reading this tomorrow when I go for another run, and I'm driving a lot tomorrow, so I will carry on with this. I feel like it's so slow, like not that it feels slow when I'm listening to it or anything. It's got quite a nice pace to it, but I feel like whenever I move my bookmark, I'm like, oh, I've listened to like 2 hours, but it's only like 40 pages. But yeah, it is a chunky book, but I'll definitely get through it within the month. I'm over a quarter of the way through it now, I think, so maybe a third of the way through it. Or over, I don't know. Bookmarks. Anyway, that is my update for now. Yeah, I'm going to carry on reading the Scottish Trials tonight. Hopefully this will only take me a few days, and then I'll probably move on. I might do a poll for my next book because I'm not sure, as I mentioned yesterday, but we will see, so I will update you soon. Hello, it's Friday morning and I thought I would just make a quick cup of tea and have a bit of a sit down chat with you guys, like a cozy update kind of thing, because I have some stuff I want to talk about and I thought it'd be a nice thing to put into a vlog. But before we dive into that, I will just quickly update you on the Scottish Trials. So I am now 125-ish pages into this, so I didn't quite reach the 150 page mark I wanted to last night. And I was kind of falling asleep by the time I reached 125, so I thought I would just stop. It also meant I read 100 pages of this yesterday, so I am getting through it. And I don't really remember this from the movie, so I don't know if it is different to the movie or if I just don't remember it. But this one is weird and creepy, and not in the way that The Maze Runner was. Like, The Maze Runner has some really tense and horrible moments, but this is like creepy. And also there was a lot of scenes that were really reminding me of Terminator. I think if you read this you would know what I mean by that, because there is like a similar thing that happens in a sense with a ball of metal. I don't know if it's in the first Terminator movie. I'm now questioning which Terminator movie it's in that I'm thinking of. But anyway, yeah, weird. And also this, yeah, made me feel really on edge. I was reading this about midnight last night, obviously on my own in bed in the dark, and it was just creeping me out a little bit, which I didn't expect, but it's kind of, I like it. Like, I like the way that the writing is portraying this kind of atmospheric, creepy situation that they found themselves in. Obviously I won't really say a lot about what this one is about because it's the second one in the series, so we're probably going to have that problem going through this series, in that I can't really talk about how this like the story progresses that much. But yeah, it has a very much darker feeling than the first one did in some ways. Sometimes literally darker, but yeah, it's a bit odd, but I am enjoying it and I'm finding it more fast-paced because the chapters seem to be very short in this one, which I very much appreciate. So yeah, I'm gonna read more of this today and see how we get on. I did read a little bit more of Great Expectations this morning because I went out for a run and my earphones ran out of battery like 20 minutes into my run, so I kind of just turned around and came home. So I did manage to read like 23 minutes or whatever, so that was a bit annoying, but I am going to read a bit more today on my drive because I am going to see a friend today, which is about 40 minutes away where my uni is because we go to uni together, so I'm going to go and see him, which will be really, really nice, and I'll try and take some video for this vlog so you can see we're going out for lunch together. Which is lovely. It is very rainy here now. It didn't rain while I was out, which was good, but it is rainy here now and cozy. So I thought I'd make a cup of tea and have a chat because there's something that's been on my mind for a while and I'm finally kind of rectifying how I feel about it. So basically, if you know me in person, you will know that I don't use social media that much for my own kind of personal life. I have the book stuff, which you can find all linked down below, and me and my boyfriend Mark have an Instagram page called Vegan Troublemakers if you did want to follow that one as well, where we post food that we have eaten and made and our vegan kind of journey together. But we are both struggling to post on that at the moment. I think both having a bit of a lack of motivation and time, and that is what I've also been finding with my own book social media, Instagram in particular. I do struggle with Instagram, and I've struggled with Instagram for a long time. When I first had it in probably like 2013 or 14, maybe a bit later, I don't know, 2014 sounds about right. I loved Instagram. I had an account that had over 10,000 followers. I had a real big community and a lot of growth on there. This was not book related, by the way, but I then closed that account a while ago. And since then I've had book ones. I have had a couple of book ones, mainly because I would reach a certain amount of followers and I literally got stagnant for about 2 years and I just didn't know how to grow. And I found this has all come in the past couple of years when Instagram's algorithms have been changing, and since it was taken over by Facebook, ever since kind of stories came in and ads came in and sponsored posts and things like that, I have just really struggled with Instagram and I lack a lot of motivation to post on it. So I think last year or the year before I started The Books Are Everywhere as a new account and just thought, let's have a fresh start and see how things go. I wanted a fresh start anyway. So I started my new account and things have been better and I have been building more of a following on there. However, I do often find that I get stuck, that I don't really gain followers, and I just generally lack motivation to go on there. I find that Instagram really takes a lot of work and time if you do want to build a following, which is fair enough, but it's also time that I don't have, and I just find, yeah, I just don't have the time to sit there and go through and make sure I'm commenting on everybody's posts and sharing and saving and liking and all the things that the Instagram algorithm wants from you as an account, and I find that really discouraging as a user. And it's not as easy as just posting a photo and you might get a bit of luck and it might reach more people. I find that it really hides you from your followers unless they are really engaging with your content, and then it's hard to get your followers to engage with your content. I hope this is all coming out right, but yeah, in general I just find Instagram very frustrating. I'm part of a few engagement groups, to be completely transparent with you, which you'll probably see tagged in my post anyway, which is really the only way that I find I will gain likes and following is by using those engagement groups. So basically everyone in the group will tag their photos with that group and you go through the tags and you like everybody's photos. It means you definitely are going to see a certain amount of likes and that will help your account grow naturally. And I've been using engagement groups for probably around a year, but they are very time consuming to keep up with, and I know I'm not perfect at keeping up with them sometimes, but if you don't keep up with them you will be kicked out. So it does work like that. So I haven't been kicked out of any yet, but I know there is a few that I've missed some days or whatever, and I just find it incredibly time consuming to keep up with those. and to keep on top of my own posting, and sometimes I just don't have the time to do both, which sucks, and also means that I don't really see a lot of growth in my account, and I want to try and work harder on it. So basically what I've decided to do is find an Instagram scheduler. This is something I've been thinking on for a while, and I do like the idea of like being live to my followers, and I only post stuff like when I actually have content, and I post the captions on what is actually happening that day. However, I just don't end up posting because I don't have the motivation all the time. So what I've decided to do is try an Instagram scheduler to see how it goes, and already I'm finding it much better. I have decided to go with later.com, which has a free version where you can schedule up to 25 posts a month. No, 30 posts a month, I think it is. 30. And there is a lot more options on there if you do pay for it, which I may try in the future, and there is a free trial to try their paid features as well, because I might need their paid features, and I also might try it for Twitter or for other social media. But anyway, I'm already just finding it much easier. I'm safe in the knowledge that my followers are going to get regular content in the next month, and I know that this is going to help me post, because I have been sat here for like half an hour watching a YouTube video and just scheduling posts, and it's so much easier to write captions and stuff on a laptop, and I just wanted to say that that is really helping, and it might be something that helps you, and I just wanted to be transparent about how I feel about social media and stuff. I do love social media. I think it's a really positive thing. I also think sometimes it can be a really negative thing, and because of that I don't really, you know, I do stay away from it for a lot of my personal life, and I don't really have a desire to put my personal life online, but I do love the book community and I love having that space, and obviously I want to stay on Instagram. I just find it hard sometimes, but hopefully this will help. Anyway, I'm gonna drink my tea now and then go out. I hope you've enjoyed this like rant. I just wanted to be transparent about stuff, and it might actually help how you guys are feeling maybe, but I'm gonna go now. Saturday after work, and I thought I would just give you an update. Also, I have a parcel to open which is kind of book related, and I bought something at work which is also kind of related, but I thought I may as well open them anyway. I am now 300 pages through Great Expectations, and I am finding this kind of slow, but like I don't mind the pacing. It just feels quite long. I mean, it is quite long. I like the characters a lot, and I am definitely finding this quite easy to understand despite it being published quite early on. I'm not sure which year this one was originally published, but it was the 1800s. Sometime in the 1800s, but I am finding this one quite easy to understand, and yeah, I really like the characters, and I'm interested to see where it ends up going, so I'm reading this one on audio still, and hopefully I will finish it at some point this week with the driving that I will be doing. I am also getting through the Scorch Trials, so I'm over halfway now. I'm on page 242, so I have just over 100 pages left, and I think I might try and finish this tomorrow morning. I probably won't finish it tonight, but you never know. I might try and finish it tonight, and then I'm gonna move on to another book. I put a poll up on Instagram to decide whether to read After Love or The Ones We're Meant to Find next, and I think The Ones We're Meant to Find is going to win, so I'm very excited for both of those books, but I am a little bit more excited for The Ones We're Meant to Find, so quite excited to read that. But yeah, main kind of takeaway from this one is it's darker than I expected, and there is definitely stuff in here that I don't remember being in the film, and that nobody I've spoken to remembers being in the film. So it's kind of hit me a little bit that I recommend this to like young teenagers at work, and there is some weird stuff in here and some quite dark scenes in here. Like people just got drugged. So I just find it a bit darker than I expected considering what age range this is kind of aimed towards. It does read slightly more adult than I expected in places, and this one definitely feels a little bit older than the first one because it definitely does have some darker themes than the first book did. But yeah, I'm finding this one a little bit odd, but I am actually really enjoying it still, and I'm getting through it quite quickly. These are better than I expected and very easy to read, very easy to get through. This one especially is really easy to get through. Yeah, I am kind of enjoying them a little bit more than I expected to, definitely. So the thing I bought at work today was this Cath Kidston academic diary. I go back to uni in the next couple of months for my last year, and I started looking at these yesterday and just thinking actually it would really help if I had an academic diary. It also starts on August, so I can start using it right away, which is kind of cool. So it has like a calendar in the front, and then a little list every month of things of importance to do and key dates and stuff. Then it has a budget, and then it has a daily planner, which I think is going to be really, really helpful. And I might start using this just for daily stuff now before I go back. And then every page is just, it's very pretty. It has some really nice designs on there. Look at the December one, how cute is that? But yeah, I'm just very aware that when I go back to uni, I'm going to have less and less time, and I need to be more and more organised to make best use of my time. So I thought the best way to do that would be to get an academic diary. And I really like this one, so I picked this one up from work, and yeah, I'm probably just gonna start using it very soon. So I have been using this week by week planner, which just has like a weekly schedule, and then I use this side for just a like general to-do list. Just looking at my to-do list and what I need to do. So yeah, I have been using that in the past couple of months, and it definitely does help, but it will be good to have one that's got a slightly more space in it. I also have a parcel here, which is technically book mail, so I thought we would open it, but it's not really related to my channel too much. So as you guys probably know, I love Animal Crossing. I'm a massive fan and a lifelong fan of Animal Crossing. Been playing the game since I was about 5, and that is the one game that I give myself time to play every day, even if that is sometimes literally 5 minutes. Like last night I realised I hadn't been on, it was gone midnight, I went on for 5 minutes and then went to sleep. And there is a couple of other games such as Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild specifically, and Stardew Valley that I absolutely love, and I never really have the time or make the time to play. But I bought myself the guidebook. I have had one of these before, and I gave it to Courtney to borrow, and I told her to keep it because I wanted to buy the updated version. The game actually updated in January, and this one has all of the updates, but also this guidebook is absolutely beautiful. Is hand-drawn mostly, and is just absolutely stunning, and I will sit here, and it's so helpful as well if you do play the game. It's so helpful, but also like has all of this guide stuff in there about friendship and gifts, and there's like a map in it, like multiple maps in it. There is so much stuff in here that is so helpful when you're playing, and it also has the new stuff for the new update. So yeah, they gave me a voucher from, I bought this from Fangamer, and they gave me a voucher because I bought the other one. So I thought, you know what, Courtney's enjoying it, I'll let her have mine and I will get the new updated one. It gives me a nice excuse to get it. So I bought the new one. I absolutely love this guidebook so much. I loved the one I had before, and it's just such a beautiful thing. So when I do hopefully get back into Stardew at some point, I will be able to use this guidebook. It is kind of like a farming simulator game with like a village, and you own this farm, but there's also a lot more to it than that, with fishing and mining and fighting monsters and things, and I just absolutely adore the game so much. Hopefully I will get back into it at some point. I just don't know when that's going to be because I don't know when I'll have the time, but you never know. Anyway, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna have a bath because it's really rainy and I want to read in the bath, so I'm gonna go and do that. it's Sunday. It's time for me to wrap up this vlog. It is Sunday morning before I go to work as usual, and it's about 8:30, and it just feels, it doesn't look like it on camera, but it's so dark this morning because it's raining, which is actually really nice. I woke up at about 7:15. I don't need to wake up then, but I have been waking up early recently since I started my new job. I have been waking up earlier on days off, which actually I don't mind. If I don't feel too tired because of it, I like being up and having kind of an hour in the morning to just kind of lie in bed and read, which is what I've been trying to do the past few days before work, which has worked out quite well. And I did actually finish a book this morning, and it started raining around an hour ago, so I've just been lying in bed listening to the rain and reading, which is honestly such a nice way to start my day. So I finished the Scorched Trials. I didn't manage to finish this last night, but I left myself about 35 pages to finish this morning, knowing that I would be able to do that before work. So I didn't want to kind of overwhelm myself, but wanted to finish this before I head off today, because I will not be home tonight. I'll be going back to Mark's for a few days for work. So yeah, I finished this one. This one I didn't enjoy quite as much as the first one. It feels a little bit like a bridge book. It feels like not quite as much happens. Sometimes. I think part of this comes from the setting being this scorch, which is like a desert, and it just kind of feels so vast and open that I think it makes the book feel like that as well, which is a really weird thing to say, but I feel like that's how I perceive it in my head when I'm reading it. I don't want to say too much about this because obviously it's the second book, but what I've been enjoying about this book is there's so many things going on with trust and betrayal that you can never quite know where you stand, along with Thomas, the main character, which I quite enjoy. I feel like it gives you this feeling of not really knowing what's going to happen, because anybody could do anything at any time, which I quite like. I'm finding it really hard to kind of articulate why this one didn't feel so good as the first one, and was a little bit disappointing. I did find it a little bit quicker to read, even though I did read it over a longer time. It didn't feel like I was trying to push myself through it. It was very easy to kind of get through whenever I picked it up. I think part of that is because the chapters were so short, which definitely helped. They were like 2 to 4 pages long most of the time. But yeah, this is an odd one. I'm looking forward to seeing what the Death Cure brings, especially because I've not watched the film for the Death Cure, so I have absolutely no idea what could happen. Although saying that, I did find that this deviated a lot from what I remember the film being. It's not to say that that deviates from the actual film. I have not watched that film since it was released, so a long time, and I can't remember when it was actually released, but it's definitely more than 5 years ago, I believe. So I don't think I've watched that film more than once, so it's been a while. Interested to see where the Death Cure goes, because I don't have any idea, but this definitely deviated from what I and my family and friends remember of the film when they've watched it. But yeah, quite excited to go into the third book and the prequel with absolutely no preconceived idea of what it may hold. But yeah, I don't know when I'm going to be reading that, because I do have books on my August TBR that I want to get to, but I might let myself read a couple August TBR books and then go back to the Death Cure, but we will see. I will also be carrying on reading Great Expectations in my next weekly reading vlog. I have, let's see how many pages I have. I have 200 pages of this to go. I'm hoping to finish this one this week sometime while I'm driving and stuff. And as I said yesterday, I put up a poll on Instagram to decide what my next read was going to be, and I put Afterlove and The Ones We're Meant to Find in there, and as you can probably tell from the way I'm holding this, this one won by 55% to 45%, so it was very close, and I actually didn't know which way that was going to go for a while, which I really liked doing that poll thing to choose my next read, so I might do that in the future if you want to follow me on Instagram, which is linked down below, and is The Books Are Everywhere on Instagram. So I might carry on doing that because it was really fun. But yeah, I'm going to pick up The Ones We're Meant to Find next, so you can see this in my next weekly reading vlog if you are interested in hearing my thoughts and feelings on this. But this, from what I understand, is like an ecological thriller set in the future, and is following two sisters who haven't seen each other for years, I believe, and I've heard really good things about this. And I know Reagan from Peruse Project read this not so long ago and really enjoyed it, so I've been really excited to read it ever since I watched her vlog reading it, so I can't wait. I'm also hoping this will be a quick one as well because of it being a thriller and the text isn't too small either, so we will see how this goes. But anyway, that is the end of my weekly reading vlog for this week. I hope you have enjoyed this rainy weekly reading vlog. I know I've worked a lot this week, but I also managed to read a couple of books and that's exciting, and get a kickstart on my August TBR, and I will hopefully be doing more of that in the following week. I'm also working slightly less, so hopefully we'll get a little bit more reading in. And yeah, I hope you join me in the next one. If you did enjoy this, please give it a like, comment down below, consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't already, and I will see you next time with another video. Bye.